Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys some of the recent news that broke out about the stock of GameStop. GameStop stock has recently rose over 20x, and it has caused many of the retail trading companies like Robinhood to actually stop trading it entirely. I want to talk to you guys about why this is important and why this is actually insanely bullish for crypto, and why we're about to see a ton of new retail money FOMO buying into these new cryptocurrencies in the exact same way that GameStop stock just pumped. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the fastest growing and the very best Discord community in crypto. Over 19,000 members and growing. All you guys gotta do to join is to click inside the description of this video, and there you're gonna find the invitation link to my Discord server. On the Discord server, I also offer my video course and Signal. So if you guys wanna copy every trade that I take, follow my entire long-term portfolio, as well as getting private VIP videos that I only make for members inside of my Discord server, then make sure you guys stay all the way to the end of this video, because then I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can get signed up, the pros of doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. One final thought before we jump in the video is, if you're a new guy getting into this market, to make sure to download my free ebook. This is going to help you guys out a lot, because I've spent a lot of time putting a lot of valuable information in there that's going to really help a lot of your questions, comments, and concerns on how to be profitable inside of this market. That's why it's free to download. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are, and this video is going to be a little bit different from my normal routine. I just kind of wanted to break down everything that's happened with the GameStop stock price surge. I want to talk to you guys about the short squeeze that happened, explain why that happened, and then I want to talk to you guys about why this is actually really bullish for crypto, because this has been the talk across Twitter, across social media. It's been on the news, it's been everywhere, and it's been really, really cool, because what has happened more or less has been, for the first time, retail has honestly just played the same game that institutions were doing, and then it went against the institutions, and they ended up profiting heavily off of it. Virtually, to explain it, is there was a heavy amount of institutional shorts on the stock of GameStop. It was actually 113% of the total stock was being shorted, meaning more stocks of GameStop that existed in the supply were being shorted. And so there was an overabundance of shorts, and there was a Reddit group called Wall Street Bets, and they basically just kind of banded together and all started buying. And because the stock started going up so fast, this caused a bunch of liquidations to happen. And when a market gets liquidated, the liquidator has to then buy the stock price higher to cover their loss. This, coupled with the fact that there was so much retail FOMO buying the stock up higher, made this short squeeze that basically went like 20x and wrecked an institution out of billions of dollars. And so I'm going to break it down for you guys in a way that's easy to understand, so that you guys can understand exactly all of what's taking place and why this is so important for crypto. So to start this off, basically I wanted to go through and cover what we're seeing right now. So to simplify things, this is the stock of GameStop. As you guys can see, we had this massive, massive increase in price. In fact, if we go all the way from the low point of this move to the high point, we're going to be looking at an insane return of 18,000% gains, 18,800% gains, almost 20,000% gains. You would have made 180x if you would have bought the bottom and then sold this top. And I'm going to break down why this actually happened, because obviously, guys, there was a lot of talk about GameStop going out of business, and so that's why there were so many shorts that were taking place. Now, to understand how manipulation actually takes place inside of the futures market, it's important to understand how all of this has been taking place for years and years. So to explain this, because this is not only happening with GameStop, this has been something that's been happening for years and years, and we've actually seen JP Morgan and many other banks being fined billions of dollars worth of this fraudulent trading and this manipulation that goes on. And this has been something that's known. It's not, unheard of. We know that Wall Street's been manipulating the prices of silver for years and years, right? So in this case, they're trying to short the market, so they're placing fake sell orders, right? So the price will be here. They put a bunch of sell orders that they have no intention of ever getting filled. And so it makes this illusion that there's a ton of sell pressure, right? And so there's this big illusion that there's all this sell pressure that's not actually there. Now, once the Wall Street Bets guy actually started doing some research, he came to the conclusion that over 113% of the total stock of GameStop was being shorted. This means that there's more stock of GameStop being shorted than even exists of GameStop stock. This basically created the perfect storm for a short squeeze, or what's called a gamma squeeze. And I'm going to actually explain to you guys what that actually is right here. So you guys are actually going to be able to find this article. I will link it in the description of this video because this guy made a perfect article that explains everything that happened. And I'm going to go through and only explain the most important part here because this is why the price rose and this is why we had such a dramatic event with the actual shorting that was going on with the institution. So let's go through here and actually break it down. So we're going to start from the right here at margin call. So this is what's happening. When you take out a leveraged position inside of the market, you can only lose 100% of your investment if you're just buying a crypto, right? So if, let's say I buy Dogecoin and it crashes 99.9%. The lowest it can go is 100%, and the most I can lose is 100% of my investment. It's not like it can ever go negative. But with margin trading, this is where it starts to change a little bit. Because you're actually taking out leverage in a loan to actually short the market with more leverage, you can actually lose more than your actual value is. So let's go through here and actually explain it. So the margin call, this is where you're forced to buy shares in order to cover your short. So this is what I mean when I say that you can actually go negative. Let's say that you take out a short position and then the market does the opposite thing and it starts going up. You're now losing all of your money because you're trying to play the opposite side of the market direction. And so once you actually hit a point where you can't actually cover the funding rate that's going to be required for you to take this position, what ends up happening is what's called a liquidation. And what this means is that you actually have to buy back your stock at a higher price in order to cover your loss, right? And so what this means is as the price is going up and your trade is going in the opposite direction and you're losing money, there's going to be a certain point in time where you're literally going to have to buy back that stock at the higher price just to cut out at a loss so that you can just get out of the position. Otherwise, the price is going to keep rising and you're literally just going to go into massive amounts of debt, right? And so this is where all of this action actually came into play. What happened was the price of GME or GameStop stock started to go up. As it was going up, all these institutions were getting margin calls. As they were getting margin called, they had to then rebuy the stock at a higher price in order to get out of that position. This, coupled with the fact that there was already so much retail people buying the stock of GameStop, it was causing the price to rise quicker. And so when you have the retail money pumping up the stock, as retail's pumping up the stock, more institutions are getting liquidated. As those institutions are getting liquidated, they then have to buy back the stock at a higher price, which is then causing more liquidations to happen that is causing the price to rise up even faster. So it was this exponential increase in what's called a gamma squeeze, or a short squeeze, but in this case, it was a gamma squeeze. It was huge. And so a gamma squeeze is a little bit different. A gamma squeeze occurs when someone buys a lot of far out of the money call options on a stock. The sellers of a far out of the money call options usually will buy shares of the stock in order to cover themselves in case the options eventually get exercised. So what this means is that as these institutions were creating a bunch of sell orders that didn't even exist, they were way out of the money, they had no intention of getting sells or actually getting filled, they were just there to to create this illusion that there was a lot of sells on the market. And so what ended up happening is this Wall Street Bet and all these retail groups was like, hey guys, what if we just do the exact same thing that these institutions are doing to us, except the opposite? Instead of laying a bunch of these sells that we have no intention of getting filled, let's do the same thing with buy orders. And so as they started doing this, they started bidding up the price. As the price started to bid, this is what ultimately caused all of these institutions to get margin calls, and this is what caused the price to exponentially increase in value. And that's where we're at right now. Now, this is the point that we're at, guys. This is, to break it down, this is how this happened. This is what is called a gamma squeeze. And this is what's happening every single day that we're inside of these markets. Institutions are manipulating these stock prices. They're manipulating precious metal prices. They're manipulating the entire show because they are the ones that run the game. And because of this, we, the retail investor, we, for the first time, have tried to fight back. And now what we're seeing, and what we see from that is Robinhood stops GME and AMC stock trading. So not only did they go after GME or GameStop, but they also went for AMC stock and it started pumping. So what did Robinhood do? They came out and they actually started to ban trading. They didn't allow you to freaking buy any more of it. Is that not the most obvious manipulation that ever exists inside of a market? It's honestly pathetic that here we are in a world where all of these institutions can blindly manipulate the market and do whatever they want. And then the second when retail actually tries to do the exact same thing back to them, oh, all of these institutions start shutting off the ability for us to trade. It's total bullcrap that this is even allowed, considering all of the stuff we just went through with the XRP lawsuit, how a lot of that's just wishy-washy old laws that don't actually fit the current system, yet they are able to actually come out and sue Ripple for this, even though we have Robinhood that is purposely manipulating the market to protect all of these institutions from getting liquidated. It's truly outrageous, and I don't understand how this is even acceptable. I think everybody here should be outraged, and I honestly think that all of this that's happening is the exact catalyst for why all of this retail money is going to go into crypto. Because guys, stocks are heavily manipulated. They're manipulated markets, there's an open and a close, and really it's all run by the institutions. It's run by the banks, it's run by all of these big players, right? Crypto's a 24/7 market. It's a decentralized cryptocurrencies that are out there. There's decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges. Even if these institutions wanted to heavily manipulate these, they have much harder of a time actually doing so. And this is why we're actually starting to see Dogecoin pump. Because what recently happened here was this guy, WSB chairman, he came out and actually shilled Dogecoin. And what happened was Dogecoin pumped hard. This is what we're already starting to see here, guys. All of the people are fed up by Robinhood. All of the people are fed up by these institutions being able to heavily manipulate these stock prices and get away with it each and every time. And not only get away with it, but being bailed out every time it happens. This is causing a lot of people to really start to distrust all these institutions. It's causing people to leave the common grounds where people would trade with Robinhood, with eToro, places like this. They're going to be leaving and they're going to be flocking to crypto, which is why we're already seeing Dogecoin pump. This guy, WSB chairman, he shilled Dogecoin and they started talking about this in their group. And that's why we're already starting to see Dogecoin breaking new all-time highs. Can you imagine what happens when all of retail starts to wake up and realize that they can just go buy cryptocurrencies and they can make all of this money inside of the market and there's no institutions that are going to be there to heavily manipulate it? Yes, manipulation is going to happen no matter what, whether it's an institution or whether it's not. But at the end of the day, cryptos are much harder to manipulate inside of their market because of the fact there's so many other exchanges out there. Even if they wanted to shut down all of the trading, it's such a pain in the butt. Coinbase would have to collaborate with Kraken. Kraken would have to collaborate with Binance, and so on and so forth. And even then, some of these exchanges aren't going to allow that because that goes against their overall beliefs. This is why we're about to see so much money flood into crypto, and we're going to start seeing the prices of these assets skyrocket, like we're seeing with Dogecoin today. The reason Dogecoin is pumping so hard is because of all of these retail traders are fed up with the institutional bullcrap, the manipulation, and they're starting to flock over to all these cryptos because now, for the first time ever, we have a say in all of this. We can actually invest in our own terms. We don't have to have all of these institutions that are going to manipulate the markets. We don't have these openings and closes. This is a 24/7 market controlled by us, by the people, for the first time in history. If you guys don't see the value in this, if you guys are seeing all of the corruption around the world and you're starting to actually understand how bad it actually is, this is exactly why crypto was made. This is the reason blockchain technology is here, and it's supposed to be solving all of this stuff and make things transparent for everybody, and not only transparent, but trustless, most importantly. And we're finally at this point, and it makes me happy as a cryptocurrency investor that these institutions, for the first time, are actually starting to get screwed by the retail people that have been screwed for so many years. This is finally our time to stand up for these people, and we now have enough money, enough on-ramps, and enough ways to actually make this happen. And through the internet and the power of memes and through the power of our own voice, we have the way to actually change the world, and this is actually starting to happen as we speak. The thin cracks are becoming massive in this system, and we're already starting to see the wealth trickle out of the current institutional system and go back into the hands of the people. And I'm thankful to be here at the forefront of this. I'm thankful that I've been here trying to warn people that this is going to happen, and now to start to see it actually playing out makes me very, very bullish. And so for today's video, I didn't get into a lot of technical analysis. I didn't cover anything really with the charts or anything like that. I want to talk to you guys about the massive shift and the awakening that is actually happening inside of the financial world today. Retail investors are starting to band together, and they're starting to realize that they're equally as powerful, and they're starting to realize that they're more powerful than these institutions. And cryptocurrencies are going to be the way that we can actually get away from these institutions that are so greedy or that are so manipulative, that have been, hoarding for themselves, manipulating the markets, being bailed out by the government that backs all of their good buddies in suits. I'm sick of it. You guys are sick of it. Everybody's sick of it. And now this is the chance where we're starting to see all of this start to fall apart for them. And so I'm grateful. I'm happy you guys are here. As we wrap up this video, guys, I want to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can sign up for the video course and signals. For the people that want to, inside of my group, I offer 2 different packages. I offer the video course, which is 20 educational videos that are going to teach you guys how to trade cryptocurrency, all the technical analysis that I do on the charts. I'm going to teach you guys inside of that 20-part video series. And on the contrary, I also offer my signals and the ability to copy my entire long-term portfolio where over 80% of my money is invested. On top of that, you guys are going to follow all the other short-term trades that I take, any type of low cap trade, mid cap, high cap, DeFi, NFTs, all of that stuff gets posted inside of the Discord. So if you guys want to get access to that stuff, you guys are going to have to sign up. Links are provided for you in the description. You guys can purchase them together or separate. If you can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals first, because the signals are going to be the way for you guys to just follow what I'm doing and make the same gains with me. The most important thing is making money in this cycle, and the best way to make money is to follow what people that know what they're doing are doing. In this case, you guys can do that inside of my group, follow my trades, follow what I'm doing, and make this same profit with me. So once again, guys, links are provided for you in the description. If you don't want to sign up for any of my VIP stuff, I do have a free ebook that's also linked in the description as well. So this is going to be for new guys getting into the market that just want to understand a little bit more of the ins and outs of trading and investing. All the stuff that I teach you guys inside of that ebook is honestly very important knowledge, and it's the most important things that I felt were easy to teach, easy to understand, that we're going to make the biggest difference towards you guys being profitable. So it's like 40 pages inside of that ebook. A lot of exciting stuff. I know it's going to help you out a lot, so it's free to download. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.